Light and cool is best. It's incredibly hot. It's incredibly humid. And you can have clothes made over there for dirt cheap. So in a lot of cases, missionaries would bring a minimal amount to get by with, and then they would have things tailor-made over there. I had 2 pair of slacks made. It was really cheap, and they were really good. They were really good quality. They held up really well because everything's washed by hand. It can really wear clothes out. So make sure that you get the toughest materials that you can get. And the same thing with like garments and stuff. Make sure they're the tough kind, the kind that breathe well, that dry quickly, because you're going to sweat like crazy. We got to the point where we carried dish towels with us, just stuck in the pocket or hanging on the strap of our backpack, because you're sweating like crazy. Just I started out with handkerchiefs. I'd soak 3 or 4 a day, and they just wouldn't dry out fast enough. So you sweat a lot. So keep that in mind. Light, cool, and durable, because you're going to be walking through mud. There were times I was up to my knees in mud. I'd get home at the end of the day and take my shoes off and just scrape handfuls of mud out, and then hose them down. And it's got to be able to handle that kind of wear. I took Doc Martens, and they held it pretty well. The ones that I didn't shine up held up better than those that I did. I kept a pair for nice occasions. I would shine those. I wound up wearing them towards the end of my mission every day, and they fell apart. They held it better if I didn't mess with them. The standards are a little bit different now than they were when I went out. We still had to meet certain standards now. Lighter colors are okay. We still had to wear everything black or dark brown. So the mission will give some good tips on things like that. But if you can get by with a minimal amount until you get out there, you can get stuff made, tailor-made, handmade, that's really good quality with materials that are ideal for the area. It's really not that hard, and it's not that expensive. So it might be a good thing to keep in mind. Bring toilet paper. My first area, I spent the first almost a week having no idea how they went to the bathroom without toilet paper, because there was no toilet paper in the house. And come to find out, they use a bucket of water in their hand to clean themselves. That was a bit of a culture shock. I made sure ever after that I carried at least 1 roll in my suitcase going from area to area, just in case. So there are things like that where you can buy it, but you have to realize that your first apartment may not have any in it, particularly if you have Filipino companions who are used to not using toilet paper. You may not have toilet paper in your house, so that's something to keep in mind. Let me tell you, going without going for that long is not a cool thing. So that was a big advice. The other thing I'd say is don't neglect your health. I spent a lot of time sick, fighting a lung infection that darn near got me sent home, because I got a cold in my first area and thought, it'll go away. It does back home. And so if you neglect your health, you will pay for it. So if you start to feel sick, make sure you get medical attention, because the climate is different. You don't get over things as quickly. And malnourishment is another big issue. I suffered for several months after I got home trying to get my strength back. I lost a lot of weight. Most missionaries lose a lot of weight in the Philippines. So as far as medicines, you can get pretty much everything. In fact, a lot of times you don't even need a prescription. There's corner drugstores where you can get just about anything. But you don't generally have a hard time finding what you need. The one big thing I would say is just take care of yourself, take care of your health.